Good afternoon, everybody. Boa tarde a todos. We are back aboard Andresa. Still no Susie. Unfortunately, she's still having to help out in the family business, so I am on my own again, which would normally mean we'd be stuck in the marina. But this begs the question, as an opportunity, can you single-hand a 50-foot motor yacht? Well, shall we find out together? Yes, let's do that. Like most things in life, success or failure will depend upon the rule of the 6 Ps, and they are: planning and preparation prevents a piss-poor performance. 6 Ps. So on that basis, let's prep everything up, and then I'll show you how we got it all set up, and we'll see if we can take Andresa out single-handed and bring her back in safely. Hope you like this, guys. Let's see how it works out. So Andresa is currently set up. She's got 2 stern lines on the back, set to the cleats on springs, as you can see. She also has the electricity connected, so that will need to come off. She's got a stern line to the side pontoon with a loop over the cleat, and that'll have to be set to slip. The springs we have for the forward and the rear spring, they will have to come off and be laid flat. And we currently have a forward line to the bow, which we won't be able to access from here, so that will have to come off and be brought round to this centre cleat here that we can access from the pontoon. Once that's done, I'll show you how she's set up. So here we are. We've got the stern lines off, we've got the electricity disconnected, we've got the engines running, we've got the stern line here to the side cleat set to slip, so that will just come straight off. We've got the spring off here on the dock, and we'll leave that off simply so that we can get that on there, and if the forward cleat's too far out when we come in, we will have the centre cleat that we should be able to get a line onto to pull her back in and fasten her off. And then we've got the forward line, which we took from the forward cleat and put to the mid cleat here, just on the bow. And that's the only 2 lines that are holding her on now. Engines are running, we've got the bow thrusters and the stern thrusters switched on, and we'll be ready to pull away. Okay guys, sorry I forgot to bring a head cam with me, but I've got a wrist cam. If it's a little shaky, I'm really sorry. But one thing that we've got to get up at one point is the fenders. Now you'll notice on my dock I've got dock fenders on there, so I could bring her in really without taking the fenders. I could take the fenders up now and bring her in without putting the fenders down, but that's not always the case when you're going somewhere else. So the question is, can you handle this thing on your own? Well, you have to consider you might not be going to your home marina. So what we'll do is we'll take the fenders up once we're out, and what I'll do now then is take the forward line off, pull her in, and then we'll release and take the rear line off and run up to the helm. So this might get a bit shaky. Quick run back, hop on board, our stern line up, bring that up, wrap it around the cleat so it can't go anywhere. Marvellous. And then run up to the helm. We'll give her a quick blast, a bow thruster, keep her away from the other boats, and there we are, ready to go. We are out and clear of our berth. So let's go boating. And as they say in the sci-fi movies, We are 5x5 and in the pipe. We're going out. Single-handedly. No Susie. Nobody else. Nobody else at all. Just yours truly. So we've got a busy marina, people coming in and out. So I'm not going to set the fenders up until we're outside of the marina and I've got some clear water in front of me. We've got a nice quiet ocean, but even so, I'm not going to bring the fenders and put them in the baskets. I'm just going to bring them on board so that they are not hanging out whilst we're underway. Ordinarily, if the weather was rough and you were going out, you would stop and you would put the fenders into the baskets and tie them down. But what we're going to do now, obviously, we're just going to bring them up on board and make sure that they're not going to go over the rails whilst we're underway. So, as you can see, there are quite a few vessels out today. So what I'm going to do is make sure there are no hazards in front of me. As you'll see there's some buoys set up for the guys who are jet skiing. We're still on the path into the marina. We've got a sailboat just at our 1 o'clock, which is bobbing on nicely away from us. We've got another sailboat heading due west, and we've got a jet boat, a fast jet boat heading straight in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set, once I get past these buoys, a course facing east with the swell to our stern, and I'm going to engage the autopilot at low revs while we then go forward and bring on the fenders. Okay, so we've got some nice clear ocean in front of us now. We're just about to pass that buoy where the jet skis are whizzing round. We've got the engines on tick over, just on idle. Got a little bit of rock, but doesn't really matter. We'll just adjust course slightly. As you can see, that sailboat's now tacked around and is coming back at us under power. That's fine. So here we are. We're on a course of 175 or 177 now, and I'm going to hit the autopilot. The autopilot is now engaged. It will keep on that course until I tell it to go otherwise, which is absolutely great. So we'll come back and we'll bring up our fenders. So we only have 3 fenders out at the moment. Bring them up over the rail, lay them on the deck. So with the forward fender up, it's next to a rail and on the deck. And then we'll head our way back to the helm and take off the auto helm. Still nice and safe, no more vessels around us, and we'll then hit the standby button here and we are back under manual control. We can now push the throttles forward and do a little bit of boating. And here we are, guys, we're underway, doing just about 1600 RPM, and we're swimming along at just over 14 knots now. So nice easy cruise, we don't have to go crazy, we're doing really well, just what you need. Who says you have to wait for Susie to go boating? No, you don't. Just look at it out here. here we are. Sorry about the wind, guys, but it is blowing about 12 to 15 knots. We are out, we're doing now just over 20 knots ourselves, and we're going into the wind, so it's about a 30 knot wind, so sorry about the wind noise, but we're out. We made it out on our own. We're now going to go and anchor and just bob around for a little while. So here we are, we're at anchor, all by ourselves, or by myself should I say. We've got the cliffs just behind us at the moment, which are sheltering us from that wind, which is coming out of the northwest, which is that way. So here we are, all by our lonesome. And it would seem the gentleman on this nice V58 that's next to me, Z48 sorry, that's next to me, or V43, whatever it is, nice Princess, he's on his own too by the looks of things. So looks like a day for doing it by yourself. Must get this on Instagram and send it to Susie. I know, I'm a rotten friend. What are you going to do? So here we are, single-handedly out on Andrezza. You can in fact handle a 50-foot yacht by yourself, should you wish to. So much better to share it with other people though. Okay, before we go in, we've reset the fenders on the port side, which is the side of where the dock is when we come in, and they're set to the waterline. And then at the front on the bow, we wouldn't normally put fenders down when we're coming into our home dock because we know we've got quite a wide berth. But Elvin Deutsch is there, and because we're single-handed, just in case the boat ever got away from us, we don't want it smashing into the boat next to us. So we've set 2 fenders along the rub rail. So that's the widest part of the boat. So if that's going to impact the boat next to us, that's the bit that's going to hit it. So we've put 2 fenders out there just in case we don't get a rope on there fast enough. If we get a line fast enough, it won't be a problem, but if we didn't, if the wind caught it for some reason and all we've got is a stern line on, it will be the bow of the boat that hits the boat next to us on the pontoon. So let's take us in. And so the answer to the question posed, can you helm a 50-foot yacht single-handedly, would appear to be yes. She's back in, she's on the pontoon. Okay, it's not the prettiest job I've ever done of tying the lines up, but I can now sort that out at my leisure. Now we're actually fastened off to the dock, we can get the stern lines back on, we can wash it down and get rid of the favours the seagulls have been doing for us over the past couple of days. Whether you've got crew or not, next job as always, washing down. So the answer, can you helm a 50-foot boat on your own? The answer seems to be yes, you can, although it's much better to share it with somebody. See you soon guys, bye for now.